कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। पतिता पावना रे तो तव अवतारा। पतिता पावना रे तो तव अवतारा। मोसामा पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आरा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। महाप्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी। महाप्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी। कृपावलोकना करो আমি বড় দুঃখী। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई। तब कृपा बोले पा चैतन्य निताई। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूपा रघुनाथ। आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूपा रघुनाथ। बट युगा श्रीजीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। रामचंद्र संगामगे नरोत्तम दास। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री पंचतत्व की जय। श्री गौरताई की जय। श्री राधा माधव की जय। थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं देवतारिणम्। Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Yeswam. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhaya Vacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavananda ki jai. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय प्रभुपाद की जय गौर भक्तों की जय. So we're discussing from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So today we'll discuss about the Adi Lila chapter 1 directly. After some time we will come to the introduction and preface. So in the Adi Lila chapter, there are 17 chapters. Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing about the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's first 24 years Lila is described as per from birth to all the way to marriage. That is been described. Komara, Yavana, youth, till that passion, scholastic pastimes. So in the first chapter, the title is called The Spiritual Masters. And each chapter, Sri Prabhupada is writing the summary. It is called Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Amruta Pravaha Bhashya. On top of it, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur has given commentary. It is very important for all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Rupa Goswami. In this chapter, you will see that clear statement. If anybody wants to be called as Gaudiya Vaishnava, clear definition is given that they should be following Rupa Goswami, followers of 6 Goswamis. They can then only one can be called that I am a Gaudiya Vaishnava. I am following Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So that is clearly defined in this particular chapter, in few other places. So this chapter is titled The Spiritual Masters, and Prabhupada is writing a summary on the top of it. There are 7 paragraphs. First 2 paragraphs are describing about the uh, Supreme Lord, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So about his characteristics, or let me divide these 110 verses are there in this first chapter, Spiritual Masters. In that, the first 14 verses are describing supreme absolute truth. In that 14 verses also multiple divisions are there, and then from 15 to all the way till 110 describing what happened to the rest of the 15 to 110 verses are describing elaborately each one of these 14 plus 3 verses, 17 verses elaborately for the rest of the chapter. That's how this chapter is laid out. So first 14 plus 3, 17 verses are divided into. First 6 verses are describing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories, establishing the supreme absolute truth as Lord Sri Krishna and as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is non-different. First to 6. And from the 7 to 11. So 6 verses are for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu / Krishna. 5 verses are for Lord Nityananda Prabhu / Lord Balaram. And then 2 verses are for Lord Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sadasiva and Mahavishnu combined incarnation. 2 verses. So 6 plus 5 plus 2. 11 plus 2, 13. Okay. 14th verse is describing the Pancha Tattva. So categories, 5 manifestations or 5 different expansions, 5 different characteristics. As you can see, that's why I kept this screen here. Panchatattva, Utsav Vigrahas. Every day they worship these deities, Panchatattva. We also have in our temple, under Shri Gaura deities, we have Panchatattva exactly like this. So it is very important to recognize these personalities as Panchatattva. Center most is Lord Chaitanya, left to him is Lord Nityananda Balaram in blue color. Generally, as Nityananda, blue color, as Baladev, Balaram, as Lord Jagannath next to him, is white generally. But otherwise, he can be put blue or white, doesn't not much difference. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna is generally yellow and any other color, but generally yellow, gold. Mm, So, 1 minute, somebody has come now. Hold on 1 minute, sorry. Sorry about the delay. Bhagavad Gita came. Gita in English version of Bhakti Purusha Gita Lekhan books. Anyways, describing about first six verses were describing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then 5 verses are Nityananda Prabhu, 2 verses for Advaita Acharya, 13 verses. 14th verse is describing Panchatattva, 5 truths in that way. These 14 verses are laid out. And then 15, 16, 17, 3 verses are describing the three principal deities. Sri Radha Madan Mohan. I think this class you have to hear again. First chapter especially is very critical. If you need to understand, if you want to understand Chaitanya Charitamrita, this chapter is very critical because it has the philosophy also. It has the most of it is philosophy because it explains different ways of the Lord Krishna, the absolute truth, different characteristics of the absolute truth. What comprises that absolute truth? When we say Lord and absolute truth, what does it mean? What includes in it? When we say Krishna Tattva, what does it include? So all these things has to be understood. Different personalities has to be understood. Lots of details will be given so that we are very clear. And I will try to make as much clear, reduce the confusions. I'll repeat it also so that you have to hear it again few times so that it becomes very clear. So the 15, 16, 17 are three principal deities. Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radha Govindadev, Shri Radha Gopinath. These are the three deities. Anybody who's doing got second initiated, they meditate on Gayatri, last two Gayatris, and they are supposed to meditate on Sri Gaurnitai and as per if he is inclined. Because based on that, one can enter into the Goloka Vrindavan and simultaneously maintain two different positions. One in Gaur Leela, one in Krishna Leela. One is going through Gaurnitai. In Kali Yuga, that is actually, without that, there is no way one can actually attain perfection. We are so conditioned. So that's why these two sets, Gaurnitai and these three principal deities, are to be meditated upon or called upon. In Brahma Samhita, they're clearly laying out this particular point. Prabhupada is explaining. So these are also called, these three deities are also called manifested. I forget the term, Prabhupada uses technical term. But anyway, Radha Madan Mohan is Sambandha for establishing our relationship, and the personality who is in charge is Sanatana Goswami. He is the one who has established this deity in Vrindavan, the famous temple, Radha Madan, that is by Sanatana Goswami. He is the Acharya. to reveal that Sambandha Gnana. And the next is the principal deity Radha Govind Dev, who is the in charge for the practice. After knowing the relationship, we practice it. So that is Radha Govind Dev, which is Rupa Goswami, is the principal Acharya, revealing that aspect. So is the and then the beautiful temple, the largest, biggest temple even now in Vrindavan, 7 stories or 5 stories, many stories. Some are destroyed, but still it is there. Radha Govinda Mandir, very big. And then the third one is Radha Gopinath, which is just by describing the goal, ultimate goal of life to attain Radha and Krishna, the intimate pastimes, Shyam Rajendra Nandan Krishna. Vamsi Vada Tadastitau. The three were very beautiful verses. 15, 16, 17. So that is the third goal. That's why, in one sense, the first 6 verses establishing in 14 verses, let me finish this. 17th verse is describing this, Radha Gopinath, and the principal Acharya is Radha Raghunath Das Goswami. In this way, these 3 deities are established. Very important for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Understanding these principal deities, meditating on, praying to them is very important. So, in this way, these 17, and then the rest of the chapter is all describing about. Now, coming back to these again, the subdivisions are there. In the first, within this first chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing that, is telling that I am defining 3 things in this. Defining the objective. What is objective? Understanding Lord Sri Krishna, understanding the absolute truth, and that is objective, and attaining it, practicing it, knowing it, practicing it, attaining it. That is the objective. And the second aspect, 3 aspects. First aspect is objective, clearly laying out. And then second aspect is offering benedictions, offering mercy. So offering benedictions / mercy. So that's why the 4th verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita is called Paribhasha Sutra, which is giving the benedictions and mercy. Who is offering? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is putting that verse, is offering, is submitting to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to benedict, to offer his mercy to all conditioned souls, all living entities. So that is the conclusion. But also that also includes giving the external reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, specifically to teach, to give Krishna Prema by chanting the holy names Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is the 4th verse is the key. We will chant that verse in a few minutes. So the objective, first one is objective, second one is the benediction / mercy / external reason. And the third is and the instructions. So objective, mercy, and also reasons. Sorry, the reasons, the internal reasons, the confidential reasons. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? External reasons, but also the internal reasons. So in this way, this particular chapter is laid out in 3 different divisions. Big category as 3: objective, benediction / mercy, and internal reasons of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appearing. And then under that, there are these categories which I explained. 17 verses into 3 different sections: 1 to 6, Lord Chaitanya / absolute truth, and the 7 to 11 as Lord Nityananda Balaram, and then the 12, 13 is Advaita Acharya, 14 is 5 truths, and then 15, 16, 17 are 3 principal deities. In this way, laid out. Now, further subdivision. 1 to 6. 1 to 6. 1 and 2 specifically talking about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. So the 2 personalities, 2 moons. Okay. And then the third verse is establishing the supreme absolute truth. As supreme, first establishing supreme absolute truth equal to Lord Krishna, equal to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no difference between all 3. God is one, that is absolute truth. Not relative truth. We are talking about absolute truth. Relative truth means all these material manifestations, all the, here everything in this world is relative. Our time with ants' time to Brahma's time, dogs' time, cats' time, these are all relative. In this world, everything is relative. Nothing is absolute. So that, but here we are talking about absolute truth. So that absolute truth is Krishna, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is same. That is in the third verse. And then the fourth verse is establishing the external reasons slash Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving benediction. And 5 and 6 is giving internal reasons. Okay. Then you can understand again further. 1 and 2 explaining also, 1 and 2 are also explaining about instructing spiritual master and initiating spiritual masters. Also, that category also has been explained. And also, it is explaining about the also the 6 different aspects. 6 different aspects. Within incarnation, we know the other 6 incarnations, which is Lila Avatar, Guna Avatar, Sikhtyaves Avatar, Manvantra Avatar, Purusha Avatar, Yuga Avatar. These are the 6 type of. No, we are not talking about that. Let me say maybe another way. 6 principal truths. Panchatattva, 5. We know 5 principal truths. We see these personalities. Vishnu Tattva category, left side, right side is Jiva Tattva slash Sikti Tattva. Violet color, Gadadhar Pandit for right side to, yeah, from our side, when we look at opposite, it is right side. That is Gadadhar Pandit Shakti Tattva. Rightmost is Srivas Thakur, which is Jiva Tattva, pure devotee. So leftmost, left 3, center to left is Vishnu Tattva, Iswar Tattva, you can say, and the right two personalities, Shakti Tattva and Jiva Tattva. At least you will see 3 different categories: Vishnu Tattva category, Shakti Tattva category, Jiva Tattva. Okay, 3. But it goes further beyond that. Because how many personalities you see? Panchatattva, 5. Yes. So Lord Krishna, you will see first, that is 1. And then left side is, leftmost to him is Lord Nityananda Balaram. That is manifestation. Manifestation. There are different terms are used. Please remember it. It takes time to understand and remember. Manifestation. Lord Nityananda Balaram. The next leftmost is further. It's called partial incarnations or incarnations. It is not called manifestation. Okay, you have to remember because these are 5 first, and then I have to lay out another one, the 6. Because first and second verse is laying out the 6 things, more than even 5. So the leftmost is incarnation. Left is manifestation. Leftmost is incarnation. Okay. Within these 3 itself, we have 3 divisions. Lord Krishna's manifestation, and further incarnation. Okay, 3. And then the right we already said Shakti Tattva, Jiva Tattva. There are total 5. Now I will go to the next one, 6. The 6th one is basically first 6 items. You can see that devotees category, that is this Srivas Thakur, which is Jiva Tattva category. In that also there are 2 categories. When I chant the first, today we'll cover first and second verse, then I will explain more with examples. It will become very clear. So rightmost is Srivas Thakur is devotees. That category has 2 divisions. And then Shakti Tattva has 3 divisions. Potencies of the Lord. It is called potencies or energies. In one sense, Jiva Tattva also energy, but this is a Shakti Tattva category potency. Okay. And the leftmost is called energetic. Rightmost is energies, and the source of energy is energetic. So the leftmost is energetic. So in energetic, there are 3 divisions. Krishna himself, absolute truth, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya himself. And then second category is manifestations of the Lord. That is the second category. And the third category is incarnations of the Lord. That has 3 divisions within incarnations there. Okay. I'll come to that. So, and then the 2 gurus. Instructing spiritual master, initiating spiritual master. So that's why there are 6. 5 personality you see here. There are 5 tattvas. So Lord Krishna himself, and then manifestation as Lord Balaram, and the third is incarnation as Advaita Acharya slash Sadasiv, and then the rightmost is Shakti Tattva, so energy, and then Jiva Tattva, or devotees slash potencies. Shakti Tattva slash potencies, which are of 3 categories, and the rightmost is devotee slash Jiva Tattva, which has 2 categories. Lord Krishna is in the middle, and then so and then the next to him is manifestation, which has manifestation, and the further left to him, leftmost is incarnation, which are three categories. So, and then Guru are two categories: instructing and initiating. Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru. So total six different items, six different characteristics, six different truths. So this is what is been established in the first and second verse. So in this way, we have to understand the whole chapter. That's we can understand. So now let me go. You understand? Anyone has a question? So out of 110 verses, this whole chapter is called the spiritual masters. Based on the title, you can understand why it is so important. So now question. Okay, go ahead, Anuradha. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Damra Pranam. August Prabhupada. Prabhuji, actually I'm just writing a note what when you're saying, but is it possible that if you can make a kind of a
Anyway,
diagram?
it is being recorded, so you can rehear it. That's what I told in the beginning.
Oh,
So you don't
sometimes
need
I
to note
feel
down. Right now, don't note down. Hear it attentively, because when you note down, you may miss things. So because anyway, recording will be there. You hear it again, you will get it. So
okay,
yeah, attentively hear it, then you will understand.
okay, Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Now let me go to the now. Given the expansion or the overview of this particular chapter and the division, just like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, how the chapter is laid out, I have explained. Now let's go to the introduction. First and foremost point, Sri Prabhupada is writing based on Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. First point is telling parampara process. First itself, that means you can understand, and it's clearly on top of it is building the next first two paragraphs talking about parampara. The next five paragraphs are laying out on top of it further. So he's talking about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and then further Rupa Goswami is the is following, is the direct disciple of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Rupa and Sanatan. We are called Rupa Anugas. We are followers of Rupa Goswami, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we follow the parampara process. So then further, Prabhupada writes, Prabhupada writing that Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami are the followers of Swarup Damodar Goswami, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has two direct associates who are always there, especially before the marriage or so, and then they are there till the last. Until Lila pastimes also, they are there with the Lord only. Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Goswami. So they are called Lalita and Vishaka. So they are there in Gambhira. They are the ones who are there with constantly. They are, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there inside, locking the door from outside by these two personalities. And still, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to come out somehow or the other, appear in Srilinga, appear in Konark, in different places. So it used to be intense separation. So that they are there till last. They are the confidential. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed the most intimate confidential pastimes, Radha and Krishna's intimate pastimes, like the Jaydev Goswami songs, Chandidas, or Balamangal Thakur's. So Govinda Lilamrita, Krishna Karnamrita. So all these topics are discussed between them only. He didn't discuss, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't discuss with any other person, even not even six Goswamis to that aspect, to that detail, because they are Lalita and Vishaka directly. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to teach. He could have discussed six of them, there is no problem, because they know, they are directly the direct servants of Lalita and Vishaka. But to teach us whom we should discuss to establish that, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that. But anyways, the parampara is telling. So first Lord Chaitanya, from there Rupa Goswami, from there Rupa and Sanatan to next Swarup Damodar Goswami. Now again goes back from Rupa, because everything is established in Rupa Goswami. We are called Rupanugas, so everything coming down. Now Rupa Goswami's disciples are. We'll come to that. Nandada, you have a question. Rupa Goswami's followers are here. Krishnadas Kairas Goswami is telling. I am the direct disciple of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, because Raghunath Das Goswami is the disciple of Rupa Goswami. Okay, even though Raghunath Das Goswami has Yadunandana Acharya and one more personality. when he was a grahastha, when he was at home. So by that time itself, first initiation happened. So that was the Yadunandana Acharya, if I remember correctly. From there, then he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through Nityananda Raghav Pandit, all that past time everybody knows, Danda Mahotsav. Then he came to Jagannath Puri Ram. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave instruction. Okay, now you are under the care of Sarup Damodar. That's why it's called. There are two Raghunaths, Raghunath Bhatt and Raghunath Das. Raghunath Das Goswami is called Surupe Raghunath. Surupe Raghu, because he is under the care of Sarup Damodar Goswami. Mm. But actually, and then he was being sent after being trained and everything, all perfected. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now you go to Vrindavan, be under the care of Rupa Goswami. Anybody who went, they're all under the care of Rupa Goswami. This is the principal Acharya for the followers. So even though there are brothers, many times it's, Rupa and Sanatan called out at the same time, equal level. So in one sense, there is no difference, but so everywhere this has been talked about. As we are called Rupa, followers of Rupa Goswami. Both are being instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One is instructed 10 days at Dashaswamedh at God, Rupa Goswami, which is Nectar Devotion, Nectar Instruction translated as, and then other books also, but primarily these two, and then further, what is it? Other advanced books, okay, pastimes of Dwaraka slash Mathura and Vrindavan, two different books, and Ujjwal Nilamani, many other books, but the primary are these two. And then 2 months at Varanasi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructor Sanatana Goswami. That is, these two personalities have received most instructions. From the meeting till last, they're always been given instructions and mercy and everything. Lots of things to be done by these two personalities in terms of the books, in terms of establishing deities, Vrindavan, setting up the whole thing. So that is all done by these two. As Rupa Goswami is the leader of out of all. So that's why. So that is the first paragraph. And then second paragraph further elaborating. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, his position is mentioning. I am the direct disciple of Rupa and Raghunath. And then he's explaining, Prabhupada is explaining, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's disciple is Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur's disciple is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's disciple is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's disciple is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disciple is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And his disciple is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Goswami Prabhupada, Lion Guru. And his disciple of Srila Prabhupada. The first two paragraphs, Prabhupada is explaining this is the parampara process. And then third and fourth paragraph, Prabhupada is explaining that this whole essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, to understand, it cannot be understood by erudite scholarship. It has to be paramparagatam, paramparagatyam, paramparagatyam. In Madhya Lila, 8th chapter, I think this was 236 or so, there clearly written, Gopi Anugatya. Anyone who wants to understand Radha and Krishna's pastime, they must follow under the guidance of, under the footsteps of gopis. And six Goswamis are following under their direction, because Sarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai are the Lalita and Vishaka. They are directly serving Radha and Krishna. So that's why that has been told. This erudite scholarship will not work. One must be a sincere, serious, submissive follower. Any mental speculation, any kind of argumentative, speculative ideas will not work. They will not understand this book. This is a postgraduate study. It will become a confusion and it will stay as a mystery only. They can never understand Chaitanya Charitamrita if they don't submit to the parampara process. So that's a parampara. Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada is writing to who? Dayananda Prabhu, LA Temple President. Very intimate. Their relation with Prabhupada and Dayananda Prabhu, very intimate. Your daughter, wife, your good wife, your good daughter, Chandramukhi, how is she doing? Prabhupada writes nicely. You give pocket money to her. So many things. Prabhupada did. Very close relationship. Very nice, emotional devotee. We'll see when you hear his pastimes, sharing of Prabhupada's memories. Prabhupada writing letter to. Yes, you have written nice letter, dated. So, and then he's writing, yes, this parampara process. Yes, In sometimes you see that parampara process, there are gaps in between. Like Krishna describing only three personalities, Vivaswan, Ikshvaku, Manu. But in between there are so many gaps. So we should not be concerned about that. What we should be concerned about the main acharyas. If you look at Vyasdev and Narada Muni and Vyasdev, after that, from there to the next, then the big gaps. So in any sampradaya, there could be there are different branches and sub branches within that. So we should not be concerned. We should be concerned about the main acharyas in that line and follow it through. That's what Prabhupada writes in that particular letter. 1968, I forget the exact date, but in April, I think, Prabhupada writing to the Emperor. You can refer. These letters are there. Prabhupada Vani.org or Vanisource.org. You can refer. All letters are there. Many letters are there. Prabhupada has written. So very important because so that we understand what Prabhupada is. And then Prabhupada also will see the reference. Of course, Bhagavad Gita reference you will find. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshyo vidu sakalena mahata yogonasto parantapa. So that's what. When it says lost means it is generally people are not aware. So then Lord has to re-establish it or it has to be told. So retell again. Knowledge is always there, eternal, because Lord has spoken through the mouth. So from his lotus mouth, knowledge is always there. Hare Krishna Mahamad is also always there. But when it is forgotten, then it has to be retold. Like Vrindavan is always there. Bhaum Vrindavan is there, Gola Vrindavan is there. So, but it has to be excavated, and because with the time, these things will go, this material world. So again, it has to be excavated and retold and constructed, all these things, because that is how the time factor is. So nothing to be confused or astonished about. Why is that so? If Vrindavan is there, then why it is not there now? Or why is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has found these places? Why six Goswamis? Before that, what happened? We should not have this confusion. At the time process, even Bhagavad Gita knowledge will be lost, and this knowledge will be lost. The places, holy places will be lost, seemingly from our external vision. It becomes aprakrit. It is there, but we can't see it. The pure devotee can see it. So that is the only difference. So that's how we have to understand. In this way, Prabhupada is writing the introduction from Parampara, giving the exact the spiritual masters. Many of them are instructing spiritual masters, not exactly Diksha line. Some of them are actually Siksha line. Okay. So, but they're constantly, the other point you have to note on also, Prabhupada is writing, what is writing? Oral reception. We just heard from Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj the other day, oral reception, what it means. Wonderful class. So here Prabhupada is writing oral reception again, in the third, fourth paragraphs. One should have oral reception, that means submissive, sincere hearing. And we can see that a reference in few places. In 115, Canto 1, Chapter 15, verse number 16 or so, Narada Muni to Vyasdev. Narada Muni is telling Vyasdev that you have given so many knowledge to so many different ways, diverted everybody. Now, please attentively meditate on the supreme absolute truth and write the direct message concerned about the supreme absolute truth. One, how one can actually attain him, how one can practice devotional service, pure devotional service. Please describe about that. So that time he has told clearly, word used is Suchisrava, Prabhupada is writing. These three different ones, Suchisrava, Satyavrata, Drudavrata. These three, Prabhupada is writing. These are the three different qualifications. For then one can actually understand. This is what actually one can become attentively here. Understand this process submissively through parampara. Otherwise, it is concoction only. You will not know. If these three qualities are not there, you will not know what is pure devotional service. You will not know what is to be done, what exactly Acharya has said so, and what they instructed us, what to be followed. Though we will not. We will speculate, we will add, subtract, so many things we'll do. But if these three different qualities are there, which is first is Suchi Srava, which means Suchi means clean, pure. Srava means hearing, oral reception. Exactly, we'll keep hearing it submissively from the spiritual master, especially the parampara, as I told. So Prabhupada disciples keep hearing, keep reading, and then noting down, keep remembering exactly what is. And then if you have questions, then we can ask them. And then Satyavrata, that means those who are following Satyavrata are truthful and representing as it is whatever been given, and they are truthful also in their behavior. so followers of the Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma. And then Drudavrata, they are very determined to follow only the parampara. They don't want to divert here, there for any other purpose. They only want to please them only. Parampara process. Even if it's going to be difficult, however it may be. But they want to stick to that line only. Parampara process. Just like six Goswamis, like the gopis, like so all the all the devotees coming in the parampara, every one of them are in this parampara. So that's what Prabhupada is writing, third, fourth paragraph, exactly the parampara process. As per submitting. So these three different. So there's oral reception. So one should be so very attentively and submissively hear the message and follow it through. So that's what the oral reception is. Yes, what is your question, Mata? Then we'll continue. Go ahead. Anuradha Mata, you have a question? Or this is the previous question?
No. Sorry, Prabhuji. No, when I were telling now about the Panch Tattva and all,
Yeah.
I was suggesting also that if we can have a diagram where we can have a boxes, we can fill like which is
Okay.
what. Thank you.
See, I'll have to use some of your talent maybe. We'll see.
Yeah,
Right now,
Hare Krishna.
by default diagram is not there. Maybe it may be there. Somebody might have created. We'll see. We'll find it out. Okay.
Okay, Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Yeah. So then uh, this is the third, fourth, and then there are 5 and 7. Is talking about the symbolic absolute symbolic representation of the absolute truth. That is the next one. So symbolic absolute truth means Prabhupada is explaining about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is the supreme absolute truth, and then he's also talking about jivas, the pure devotees of the Lord, are the living entities, and the energies of the Lord are in one sense equal. Jivas and Shakti and consorts, both are potencies, energies, and energetic source of the energies, which is Lord, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. In one sense, there is no difference because one drop of water, ocean water. Sun rays to sun. In one sense, not much difference. So, in that sense, it's achincha, beda, abeda. Means is one, but at the same time, there is difference. Father and child. In one sense, they have similar facial expressions or similar faces many times. The way they walk, the way they talk, many times it matches. So in that sense it is, but at the same time they are two different personalities. One is father, one is child. So not exactly same. Same way, Supreme Father and from him coming the Jiva Tattva, Shakti Tattva, energies are coming, various energies. So in one sense qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stuff. That is what Prabhupada is talking about 5, 6, 7. Simultaneously one and different. Achincha, Beda, Abeda. Beda means there is difference. Abeda means no difference. Because in one sense, we are not different from the Lord. We are equal. But at the same time, there is a difference. So, this is the achincha, which is inconceivable. Only devotees can understand. It becomes very difficult. What do you mean? One and different. So that's what it means. The parent child, sun rays, sun, or yeah, the energies and energetic. The transformer, the power is there. Now the light is there. It is the same. Who is the source? This energy is being represented. Somebody is carrying out and presenting it. Unless you have the bulb, you can't understand this energy. How do you manifest it? Unless you manifest, what is use? You may have energy in a pot or energy in some container, but unless it is manifested, so that is Guru, that is Lord Krishna. So through them things are manifested, then we can utilize it. So that's why we need a person to make it manifest. So Chaitya so in that sense, Achincha Veda Veda Tattva. One and different, energy and energetic. The other word also Prabhupada used, Shakti Matayor Abheda. Shakti means energy, Shakti Matayor means who is the source of energy, energetic, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. Abheda means no difference. What difference is there between them? In quality, they are not different. But in quantity, there is a difference because from him only it is coming. If he empowers, if he gives, then that can act. right? Otherwise, it won't act. As soon as sun, sometimes it doesn't appear. We can see it. Sun is there. Sun is always there. 24 by 7, 365 days a year, Lord Brahma's life. When universe is not annihilated, it is there. Sun is always there. Eclipse, sun, we can see it. Cloud, we can see it. So that in that way, unless he empowers it, unless he gives it, we can't see it. So that is the difference. Quantity wise, in that way, it is different. Because if he gives it, then we have the same qualities. So that's why we are dependent on him. So that's why we are simultaneously one and different. So that in this way, Prabhupada is explaining the seven different things. In the seven different paragraphs, parampara to sincerely, submissively following this parampara process, understanding everything very clearly as it is by through oral deception. That means as much as hearing. So that's why the hearing is the topmost important process. One should hear attentively and be pure, will become pure, which we explained many times. Ahar Suddho, Sattva Suddhe, Smrutilambe, Sarva Grantra Pramoksha. The eating habits has to be pure. If one has to be pure in his mind, his actions has to be pure. For his actions has to be pure. His eating habits, sleeping habits, all these has to be pure. It's a gradual process. It can't come suddenly one day. It's great. That's through the hearing, through chanting, through the service, through the association. This cleansing process will happen and we become pure. But we have to keep trying it. And naturally, we can understand better. As we read and hear from Prabhupada, there, immediately we can understand. But to come to that, then it takes time. Few years of hearing process. Attentively, if we keep trying it, we'll be able to understand it. Initially, it may be a little difficult, some of the things, but as we mature, become mature, things will become very clear. And this is how laid out. Now the first two verses. So let us chant that so that then we can understand. No, not this one. Vande Guru Nisha Bhaktan Nishavatarakan Sando Tamonodo. Where did it go? Yeah. So, yeah. Lila. Yeah. So here you can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha and Krishna, and then strictly follows Rupa Goswami. All the direct disciple has been mentioned. Second paragraph mentioning all the whole line. In between they are there. Like Baladev Vidyabhushan who has written Govinda Vashya. Who is the disciple? He is disciple of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. But here the main key personalities are mentioned. So directly from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to Jagan. Otherwise this whole page it will go on. So the whatever Bhaktivinoda Thakur is written. So on that Prabhupada is writing. And then the whole process. Sruyatam Nityam Chintayatam. So one will keep on hearing with great relishment. Then by the absorption, they get great happiness, great bliss by reading and hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita. Always Chintitam, Sruyatam Nityam. Uda, great happiness one will receive. So nothing, it cannot be manufactured by teeny brains, all that Prabhupada writing. Submits himself to transcendentalists, scholarship will not work. So anything outside things. As in 719, in the Prahlad Maharaj pastimes also that is being told. So that is what is written. It is a postgraduate study. Then we talked about the also the description of 17 verses, the principal deities we talked about, first 14 verses, uh, and then so all the details of the six personalities, spiritual masters, manifestations. So that is being described. We'll explain. It is better to read. We'll chant the first two verses, then I will explain. So because there are six personalities here. The first famous verse. Vande Gurun Esha Bhaktan Esham Esha Avatarakan Tat Prakasam Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangakam. Pay attention. Vande Gurun. The two gurus. This is Guru Tattva. Okay. Guru means it's a Tattva. Guru means it's not my Guru, your Guru. It's not like Guru means plural. Means so many Gurus are there. But Tattva is one. Guru Tattva. Means understanding is the tattva, it's a philosophy to understand. Guru means is coming from the Supreme Lord. The expansion as Chaitya Guru is super soul and is coming out as instructing and initiating both. He is expanding himself as both. Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, both. So there's a Guru. Two, but there are so many personalities are so many, but in Tattva it is one. So, so in that way we have to understand Guru multiples. That is first category. Vande Guru. Then Isha Bhaktan. Isha Bhakta. Isha means Lord. Lord's devotees. That is second category. Isha Bhaktan. Isham Ishavatarakan. So Isham means Lord. Lord's manifestations. Clearly define that because otherwise avatar is word is used many times, you get confused. Here in this case, Avatarakan means so what is it written here? 1 minute. Yeah, here avatar means avatar incarnations, so which is the third category. Okay, and the next is prakasam, is Balaram, Nityananda, Prakash, manifestation. There is a difference between manifestations and incarnation. We'll come to that. And Tat Shakti, this is energy, Shakti Tattva category. Three subcategories. Isa avatar also three subcategories. Prakash is one, and the Shakti Tattva has three categories. Isa Bhaktan also two categories. And then Krishna Chaitanya Sangha, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna. So absolute truth. So in this is six personality. Vande Guru is one category, Isha Bhaktan, devotees, second category, Isha Avatarakan, third category, Prakash, manifestation, fourth category, Shakti Tattva is fifth category, Lord himself is sixth category. Total six characteristics, six different limbs, six tattvas you can understand. So the translation by Prabhupada. One day I offer respect obeisances Guru unto the spiritual masters, Isha Bhaktan unto the devotees, all plural. Please make a note, all plural, because multiple of them. Isha Bhaktan, so many devotees are there. That you will see that offering obeisance one by one, he will offer from Lord Chaitanya to Lord Nityananda to Lord Advaita Acharya Prabhu. And then he started offering obeisances to Srivas Thakur and all the devotees, hundreds and hundreds of millions of obeisances. Srivas Thakur and devotees of Chaitanya. Then I offer my obeisance to my spiritual master, Lord Nityananda Balaram, my initiating Diksha Guru. The examples are also given, just like Belamangal Thakur's initiating spiritual master is Somagiri, Chintamani, and then I think Somagiri is initiating, and then Chintamani is instructing spiritual master. Like that, the examples are also given so that we understand between Diksha and Siksha, two different aspects. Once and they are same in Tattva. For us to come to the pure devotion, they both help. Sometimes Guru, Siksha, Diksha Guru is also Siksha Guru in many cases. So in my case, that is that is the first Siksha I took, and then he became Diksha, and both I do now both Diksha and Siksha from the same person. So sometimes it is the same, sometimes two different personalities. It depends each case. Isha Bhakshan, then Isham unto the Supreme Lord, Isha Avatarakan unto the incarnations of the Supreme Lord, Tat of the Supreme Lord. Prakashan unto the manifestation, Cha and Tat of the Supreme Lord, Shakti unto the potencies, Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sangnakam named. Okay, for translation by Prabhupada, then I will explain with examples. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the spiritual masters, devotees of the Lord, Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Please repeat. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This is famous verse. So six gradually go from Guru to devotee to incarnation to manifestation to Shaktis, potencies, and to the Lord himself. Six categories. Vande Guru, Isha Bhakta, Isha Avatarakan, so Isham, so Prakasam, Tat Shakti, and then Krishna Chaitanya Sangikam. So that way, if you understand the sequence, six, then keep repeating in your mind, then you'll remember this verse. Very important verse to remember. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu's verse is being given in Chaitanya Bhagavat also. This is the beginning verses, and Chaitanya Charitamrita also. Because two personalities are important. Whole Chaitanya Gaura Lila is all about them only. Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudodaye Pushpavanto Chitro Sandho Tamonado. The two moons, two personalities who are illuminating in our heart and all externally as sun and moon, because they have the external Surya Narayan, Chandra Narayan is coming from Lord Krishna. Is they are getting empowered that energy to give the taste to the vegetables and everything, and to Jataragni to digest our food is all happening through the sun, and the taste and everything is coming from the moon. So those two personalities are, and both are there. Illumination is there at the same time, night time, daytime, and also removing the ignorance. That is in both ways. That's why they are called Chaitanya Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Nityananda Chandra. So, because they are the two moons, thousands of moons, illuminating, removing our darkness. So that's why Tamo. They appear to remove this darkness in our hearts, in our life. Chitra, so variety. One day Sri Krishna Chaitanya activities, Nityananda Sohodito, Sahudito, they both appeared simultaneously. Gaudo, they in Gauda Bhumi, as and the Rupa Goswami or Srimati Radharani, establishing, taking the mood. Gaudo, they Pushpavanto, appeared in Gauda Bhumi, Bengal, West Bengal. So appeared like lotus flower, Pushpavanta, Chitra Sandho Tamonudo. So one day I offer my respectful obeisance Sri Krishna Chaitanya to Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda and Lord Nityananda Saha Udita simultaneously horizon, Gauda on the eastern horizon of Gauda. So because India is called Eastern, and then this is Western Pachatya Desh. So East is more inclined because Bhagavad Vidya started, Sanatana Dharma has started. From there it is now distributed everywhere. Initially it used to be one, but it is now divided. So that is East India called. So that's the eastern horizon of Gauda. So in that also we have south, north, west, four different holy dham, char dham yatra we call. So South India is different. So all it, in that sense also the east, Gauda. So that sense also. Pushpavanto, the sun and moon together, Chitra, wonderful. Some thou, bestowing benediction. Tamon thou, dissipating darkness. Translation by Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Please repeat. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Now let us understand. So this verse, so that with example. Okay. So here, first one is Guru, true personalities, which you are easy to understand. Instructing, initiating. Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru. Diksha means one who is giving the Diksha mantra. Dijaptam Chayate iti Diksha. One who is removing the ignorance and formally giving the initiation Harinam mantra and Diksha mantra. Harinam is first initiation, second is Diksha. So Brahman Diksha, Brahman initiation. These are two. Both are in first initiation, second initiation has been called out. For deity worship, second is mandatory, first and second, both are required. So the instructing and initiating. Initiating means for first initiation, second initiation, there is a guru who is giving this formally. The person has to be in person. A living guru. Guru has to be living. Siksha you can take like through books, other avenues, that is Siksha. So they don't need to be in person. But Diksha always means person has to be there living. You have to be living, the Guru has to be living. Then only you can take, you can consider that as actually Diksha Guru. Otherwise, you call Siksha Guru. So there is a difference. Okay, one has to understand. So yeah, and then there are acharyas, right? These are pure devotees coming down from the spiritual world. So that's this category. Vande Guru. In that category also you have to see. Prabhupada said sometimes, you become, on my order, you become a guru. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Amara Agna Guru Hana Desh. Yehi Krishna Tirtha Mahoi. Anybody is speaking Krishna Tattva, philosophy of Lord Krishna, instructing on that basis, based on Lord Krishna's instruction, you can become on my order. Amar Agna. You become a guru. Just regular guru, not Acharya, not like Prabhupada, because they are empowered. Not Jesus Christ, not Prophet Muhammad, like that, because they are empowered. The Sikta Ves Avatar category. We cannot take the guru cannot take that position. That position is much elevated and higher position. Regular guru is at a different level than them. But they are following the parampara. And then you get the mercy also and instructions as as transparent via media. But we just need to understand that clear distinction from that. Tattva is same, but the position, the personalities, as a that's why the Prabhupada title also is not used for everybody. Every guru is not used like that. Mm. In all four Burns, same thing, you'll see that. Madhvacharya, Prabhupada also explained there's a big gap between from Vyasdev to Madhvacharya in between. So many personalities are there, but sometimes it's like that. So in big sampradaya, the branches, sub branches will be there. Sometimes knowledge will be lost sometimes during the time. So again, they have to re-establish it. So in that way, Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, that position no one else can take it because that even though they are gurus, but their position is much higher than the gurus in the regular other gurus on the in the parampara process. Madhvacharya, Ramanacharya, Nimbarka Swami, Vishnu Swami. So like that, we have to understand that distinction also. This is the one day guru instructing and initiating spiritual masters. In few places, it is also mentioned further. Siksha guru means there is a levels of siksha guru also. General siksha guru, anybody who's giving siksha is also siksha guru. But then there is also siksha guru at the level of because you see the connection between Jagannath Das Babaji to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Narottam Das, some of them are more of a siksha, not so much initiation, but they are always hearing from them. Their association, they are hearing, they are understanding, they are following, they are practicing based on the instructions. Not so. The formal initiation has been done by somebody else, but they are in a siksha is more intimate. So because of time, place circumstances, because sometimes guru may not be available, guru may be preaching, so somebody may need more. Somebody is elevated soul, he first, second, two, three times they meet, so everything is understood, everything is revealed, his connection is so deep, so connected, everything will be revealed. For him, no problem. He doesn't need to be instructed to so often, so regularly. For him, it is not. Like Prabhupada only met 8, 10 times because he's not ordinary guru. He's a Sektavesh avatar, is a Sampradaya Acharya, so that his position is different. So for him, it's fine. But for many others, we may need general Siksha from regular persons, devotees, advanced and following the Prabhupada process. But there are those who are at the Diksha level, those are much more elevated level. So they are also, many of them, Diksha they will give, but there will be disciples, others disciples also, they will give Siksha. So in that way, they become Siksha Guru. Sometimes wife and husband, two different gurus are there. Then, so they take Siksha from the other Guru. So also, so that way also we have to understand. Siksha Guru not necessarily means they are at the same level. So there could be different levels also. So this also we are done. This is one day Guru. Then Isha Bhaktan. These are two categories which Prabhupada is explaining. Apprentice and and sadhakas. Sadhakas. Apprentice means sadhakas and what do you call perfected. Apprentice and perfected. So two different. That means Nitya Siddha Bhakta. Pure devotees coming down from the spiritual world to this material world, they are called Nitya Siddha Bhaktas. They are perfected souls, perfected devotees. Isha Bhaktan, two categories. The one is the practitioners, Sadhaka Bhaktas. They can give Siksha because whatever you know, you transfer it. So that is still Siksha. As you become mature, you keep transferring that. So that is still Siksha. So that is the Sadhakas, practitioner, that is called apprentice. Another one is Nitya Siddha Bhakta, elevated souls, or pure devotees coming down from spiritual world. So their category is different. They are not apprentice. They are perfected souls. They may come to Madhyamadikari to distinguish, to teach, but that is not their position. We should not misunderstand their position as ordinary person, conditioned soul, like any guru is not the same position. So that is the second. Okay, Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan, then Isha Avatarakan. These have three categories, which has partial incarnations, partial empowered. So and one more is there. So partial empowered. It's empowered with Sektavesa. This is a big category. Sektavesa avatar means empowered. Within that Sektavesa avatar also there are two subdivisions. One is primary, second one is Vibhuti. So direct, indirect, or primary slash secondary, or secondary is also called Vibhuti. Direct, indirect, or primary, secondary, or primary slash Vibhuti. So examples so that we can understand. So the Sanktyavesha avatar means the primary, which I will tell. Sesha, Ananta. Sesha in the spiritual world, the whole spiritual world. Expansion as a bed, as a mattress, as a mat, as a bell, as a conch. All these are Sesha. Lord Balaram's expansion, Sesha. The whole spiritual world. He's been empowered to carry, expand, and assist the Lord. And in the material world, Ananta, Anantadev is holding all these universal like a mustard seed on his head. And that is Anantadev. So all the below, Garbhoda Goshan, all these 14 planets is on his head. He's holding all these universes. He's not feeling any weight. So that's his Ananta. Unlimited. He can go on. He's endlessly speaking also, Srimad Bhagavad. He's not finishing. So that's why he's called Ananta. He's empowered with Shakti to carry on these universes. Ananta Shakti. Bhudharana Shakti. So in this way, he's been empowered. These are the two primary Sektavesh avatars. In another way, also the term used Bhagavad Avesh, also primary incarnations. Primary Sektavesh, primarily empowered. And then there are secondary incarnate or indirect or vibhutis, opulences. Although those are 7 of them prominently. Many places Prabhupada repeats. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita Lila. This is repeated in the purport. Other places also. First is Lord Brahma. So in few places, actually, Lord Brahma is also coming under the primary category. So as Guna Avatar, Brahma and Shiva is also coming under the first category also. But then in the second category, indirect category, so Narada Muni is invested with Bhakti Shakti. Parsuram is instructed with Dushta Nasana, establishing the truth, Dharma, and killing all the unwanted population 21 times. He invaded the Kshatriyas and killed who are not following the rules and just doing enjoying and doing fighting. So he killed 21 times. Parsuram is also Shaktavesh avatar, empowered incarnation. Many of them are Jiva Tattva category. Okay, this also have to be understood. Jiva Tattva category, not Iswara Tattva category. Because some of these categories of incarnation is not at the same level of Vishnu Tattva. We cannot offer Tulsi to them. So this also we have to understand. So Narada Muni is with Bhakti Shakti, then Prutu Maharaj is with the Palana Shakti to rule the kingdom, how to rule the kingdom. So like that. Then Parsuram I told, and the 4 Kumaras with they also has been empowered. So 4 Kumaras, another one, then Srishti Shakti, which is Lord Brahma in that category also. And then I'm forgetting one more. So total 7 personalities are mentioned here in this category. Lord Buddha is also Shaktavesh avatar. Even who's that? Dhanavantari, who is the medicinals, or what type of medicine for diseases we should take when we pray to Dhanavantari. He is also Shaktavesh avatar, but this is under primary category, I think. So in this way, the Shaktavesh avatar, under the incarnate, there are 3 categories. Shaktavesh avatar, and then empowered incarnation. So, and then the partial incarnations, which are like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, they are under partial incarnation. There is a second category, I'm forgetting. Let us look at it. Forget. Devotees, yeah, 3 divisions, incarnation, yeah, potency, qualities, authority. The authority, yeah. Partial incarnations. Potency is nothing but partial incarnation, which is Purushas and Matsya. 3 Purusha avatars are coming under the partial incarnation, and Matsya avatar, Kurma, Varaha, they are coming partial incarnation. And quality is Guna avatar. So avatar has 3 potencies, 3 divisions: potency, quality, authority. So potency is nothing but the which is explained as these partial incarnations. Purusha avatara, 3 Purusha avatars, which is Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, to create these material universes from his pores, skin pores, universe bubbles coming, breathing in, breathing out, and then he's expanding the Garbhodaka, entering into the universe to hold this universe, expanding his heads and mouths and everywhere it is there. That is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. He's entering into the universe, is there under the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. He's filled half of the universe with water. From his navel, from the lotus stem came, Brahma is born. So that is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then expanded himself as Paramatma, and every atom is there all over the universe. That is Kshirodaka third. So they are called 3 Purushas, Purusha avatar. and Matsya and Kurma, they are all partial income, their potency. And then qualities, qualitative income, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Gunavatar, that's the qualities. And third is authority, which is the authority of Bhakti Shakti, authority of Palana, authority of Dustanasana. So like that. So they are the same empowered incarnations. Kumaras, Prutu, Vyasa, Vyasdev also in that category. So that is the three categories. So as I told here, the Bhagavad Davesh primary and secondary, which I quoted the examples. Many of them are Jiva Tattva category. Okay, so that we have to understand. So I have the examples here also in Madhya Lila chapter 20, verse number 368. So it's clear guidance in Sanatan Siksha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining with examples. Chapter 20, verse number 368 onwards, 4-5 verses describing with great detail. Some Shaktavesh avatar, 4 Kumaras, Narada, Maharaj Prutu, Parsuram, Lord Brahma, they're all Jiva Tattva, not Vishnu Tattva category. Okay. So specific positions are Sesha and Ananta. So here you go. 4 Kumaras, Sanakada Gnana Shakti. So that's why they are always instructing. There's Sampradaya. 4 Kumaras of Kumara Sampradaya itself. And they're also in our Sampradaya also is there. No, in their Sampradaya only. Where Anantadev is speaking, Nardamuni is there, always hearing. 4 Kumaras are always hearing. So from Anantadev, Sankarshan, Lord Sankarshan, Balaram, Anantadev, from them, there's Sankhya and Muni. From Sankhya and Muni, then these 4 Kumaras are hearing. And that's how that knowledge passed down. That became another parampara. So that's where you'll find that origin from Lord Balaram. How that became another sampradaya. Okay, so that is the power of knowledge, because Jnana Shakti 4 Kumaras, and the power of Bhakti Shakti is Narada. You see that Sanakada is Jnana Shakti, Narada is Bhakti Shakti, Brahma is Srishti Shakti, Ananta is Bhudharana Shakti. And then further verse is telling about the Sesha Swasevana. Sesha as Swasevana, personally serving, massaging as a bed, as a bell, as a everything. I mean the spiritual, that's Swasevana, direct service. And Prudute Palana, Prudumaras, how to rule the kingdom, because he was a king. Parsuram Dushta Nasaka, Virya Sancharana, both a chivalrous king and to kill those unwanted kings. So that way you can understand. Sometimes these material qualities, gunavata. So which we mentioned. So yeah. Okay, is in that way we can understand. In other place also, Prabhupada is writing. So Sektavet are categorized in divine Bhagavad Kapila and Lord Rushabhadev. So, but they are actually they are not Jiva Tattva as far as I know. They are not Jiva Tattva. This is Vishnu Tattva category. Some of them are Vishnu Tattva, some of them are Jiva Tattva. So that we have to clear. That's the primary and secondary. Okay. So secondary are Narada Muni, Vyasdev, Parsuram. They are all Jiva Tattva category. The primary is generally is Vishnu Tattva category. So Kapil Dev is Vishnu Tattva category, Rishabhadev is Vishnu Tattva category. So that we have to clearly know. Even though under Sekta Vesavatar it is mentioned. So the 7 foremost is in the second category. Out of that, the first 2 are also primary, Sesha and Ananta. The remaining are all under Chatusana, Narada Muni, Parasuram, they're all in Jiva Tattva category. So then the manifestations. So Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan, Isha Avatarakan. So in that case, we covered it. Yeah. So Isha Bhaktan, Isha Avatarakan, covered third category. Fourth category is Prakatat Prakasansya, manifestations. There is a 2 manifestations, Prabhava and Vaibhav, are Prakash and Vilas category. So Prakash category is nothing but Lord Krishna himself is expanded directly. That is, as in Ras Leela, expanded billions of gopis, billions of Krishnas are there. And then he expanded as in Dwaraka, he married 16,108. That is, those many Krishna, personally, Krishna himself is not somebody else, Krishna himself. But it's different. The variation is there because he's not Shyamasundar Brajendra Krishna. He's Mathura and Dwaraka Krishna is different, at a different level. But he's Krishna himself. That is Prakash, or Prabhav, it is God. And then the second manifestation is Vilas. That is Vilas is Lord Balaram is coming into that. Lord Balaram, Lord Narayan, so Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, so is called 8 decam. They are there in 2 places. In Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, they are there. There is a difference in Brahma Samhita. These are all explained. In first planet, topmost planet within Vaikuntha is Golok Vrindavan. In that, there are four personalities. Krishna's expand himself as Radharani, and then Krishna expanded as manifestation as Balaram. Then from Balaram came four quadruple: Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Vasudeva is in charge for consciousness, Pradyumna is for intelligence, Aniruddha is for mind, and Sankarsana is for ego. These are the four different personalities. They are Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Yajurveda, Samveda, Atharvaveda, Rigveda. They are in charge. They are in the Golok Vrindavan. Okay. And then from there, that middle, Sankarshan, comes Lord Narayan. Now this Lord Narayan is not in Golok Vrindavan. He is coming down into Vaikuntha. Not in Ayodhya, not in Dwaraka, not in Mathura. They are in the next line, which is in the Vaikuntha planet, where Lord Narayan is there. So Lord Narayan, and from Lord Narayan again comes second quadruple expansion, Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So from that Sankarsana, Maha Sankarsana is called, then they expand as Purushavataras, Karanodakasaya Vishnu, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Kshirodakasaya Vishnu. So this is explained in Brahma Samhita. In that way, we have to understand this particular Vilas. They are all under Vilas. They are not direct Krishna. There is a slight variation. So between Krishna and Krishna's these manifestations of Vilas. I'll show you the verse so that you can clearly understand manifestations of Prakash and Vilas. So Prabhupada is writing this in the 75th verse. If numerous forms, all equal in their features, are displayed, you will see 16th or 108. Any difference? Not only watch. Everywhere is doing the different things, but the same person. Not Krishna only. Everywhere is not different person. Same person. In Ras Lila, everybody is saying Krishna is there with me. Krishna is there with me. So everybody is feeling like that. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in Srivas Thakur Angan is doing. He was there. Everybody thought he's next to him. Is showing him in directly on Ratha Yatra. Everybody thought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing with me only, is there with me. So this is exactly like Lord Krishna doing his Lila as Ras Lila or in Dwarka Lila. So like that. So that is direct, means no difference. But now the difference is Vilas. But when the numerous forms are slightly different from one another, they are called Vilas Vigrahas. When Lord displays numerous forms with different features by his inconceivable potency, such forms are called Vilas Vigraha. Examples of such are Baladev, Narayan, Vaikuntadam, and Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So that we understand. So we discuss Vande Gurun, that is two, Diksha Gurus, Isha Bhaktan, devotees, two categories, apprentice and perfected, which is Sadhaka Bhaktas, Sadhana Bhaktas, and then Nitya Siddha Bhaktas. And then Isha Avatarakam, three incarnations, partial, potency, quality, and authority. Potency, quality, authority. Potency is partial incarnations, which we explained, and then potency, potency is partial, and then quality is Gunavataras, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and then the third last one is empowered, which is Sektavya avatar, which has two categories, primary and secondary. Primary is more of a Vishnu Tattva category, like Lord Rishabhadev, like Lord Kapila, Sesha, Ananta, and then Jiva Tattva category is Narada, Parsuram, four Kumaras. So now the next one is two categories is the fourth category is Tat Prakasams, manifestations, is Lord Krishna himself manifesting, expanding into billions or 16 to 108, that is Prabhava or Prakash. And the second one is Vilas, which is slight variation, which is Lord Balram, four quadruple expansion, or Lord Narayan. So these are all examples of this manifestation. They're not incarnation, okay? It's almost as good as you can differentiate, non-different. You can say that. And they are there fully manifest because of so many leelas. You may not find so many leelas of the partial one, but Vilas, Lord Balram's leela every time is there in so many different avatars. Is coming so many pastimes. You'll find in Srimad Bhagavatam and so many other Puranas also. Some of the other incarnations you cannot find many pastimes. So many names are there. But Lord Narayan pastimes are also so many. Especially if you go to Ramana Sampradaya, you'll find even more different acharyas giving different pastimes and whatnot. So that these are more prominent, but slight variation. So which Bhaktivinoda Maharaj was explaining. Simple example in other class, in Edison class, he was giving example. Somebody asked, "Who is it? Krishna, Vishnu, Rama? What do you mean? Who's God? Who's actually incarnate? Who's coming from who?" He said, "It's a simple way he explained. You go to office, you go to the programs, you attend the festivals and different things, you go. Are you the same or different? Same person only. At home, you behave differently, you wear different dress, you interact with the family differently. At office, you interact differently. In the outside, you go to parties, festivals, relatives, and different neighbors, and you act differently. Are you the same or different? Same person. Like exactly like that. You are at home, like Krishna and Golok Vrindavan is full features, everything showing. And then as he is like office is Lord Narayan, Vishnu. That's what Prabhupada said. Bombay is my office. That is Vishnu's Narayan. Mayapur is my home. That's where the worship is happening. Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir. Vrindavan is my home, and the actual Mayapur is my place of worship. So you see the difference. So like this, Prabhupada told like that. Lord Krishna's home is Vrindavan. Shvetadvip, Mayapur is also in Vrindavan, same place. Golok Vrindavan has two divisions. Shvetadvip, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes eternally going on, exactly same personalities, whatever you see in Gaur Lila, they are there, it's going on eternally. Radha Krishna pastimes also going on simultaneously in the same Golok Vrindavan. Okay, so then coming down as like office, Lord Narayan is like an office. In between, Lord Ramachandra and Ayodhya Dham, little slight in between is a mixture. It's not exactly same. So in this way, one has to understand in a simple way. So it's not exactly like that simple, but to make it easier, we can understand like that. The God in the office, God in the home. So how he is doing. So how he exhibits and his purpose, everything is different. So in the original form is two-handed like that. But in his office, he has to do so many things. So exhibits his opulence and everything. At his home, he doesn't need to exhibit his opulence and everything. He's intimate. So like that, in Golok Vrindavan is very intimate. He doesn't need to kill demons and all that. That will happen in Dwaraka, Mathura, but not in Golok Vrindavan. And so all these things has to be understood. So that's a Tat Prakash has two divisions, as Vilas and as Krishna himself, as Prakash and Vilas. And that also has other divisions, which is even much more complicated. This itself, I will take some days to explain that, because if I explain that, then you'll confuse, because there are almost another 5 or 6 categories further. Within Krishna's direct expansion, there are few other variations to it, technical terms in it, that is in Sanatana section and Madhya Lila. So we'll come much later and explain, because that needs a little more so patience to understand. But it is clear. And then Tat Shakti, three potencies, which is Radharani and Gopis in the Vrindavan. And then the second expansion as Radharani is the first, and then expansion as Gopis, queens, not queens, the Gopis. And the second is Queens of Dwaraka, 16 to 108 plus. So that is second expansion, potencies or energies. And the third is Durgas, Lakshmis in Vaikunta, further material. So in this way, 3 expansions, you see that. So they're all potencies or energies. So Shakti, Tat Prakatat Shakti. So energy, Shakti Tattva category. Gadadhar Pandit is the primary, foremost, because Radharani. Then the last one is Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. In this way, the 6 categories are being explained in this first verse, and second verse is establishing Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, the two principal personalities through whom we can actually understand, receive the mercy, and darkness is removed, ignorance is removed, we are being enlightened with Krishna Prema once we surrender and follow the process and attain the perfection. So that is what, all in all, I thought I'll finish in 1 hour, but it's not enough. This also I tried to cut and so explain it quicker way. But hear it, because it has to be digested, processed, assimilated. You have to bring it up in your mind, keep meditating, repeat it, reading and hearing. So you can read, but it is better to hear, because if you read, you may get confused also. But after reading multiple times, you may get it. Okay, with that, I will stop. If you have questions, please go ahead quickly, and then we'll wrap it up. Already time is very late. Anybody has question?
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes, Ajanapo, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. So this is our Lord Parashurama, right? So So it says that he killed Kshatriyas 21 times. What does 21 times mean? Like he killed the same person 21 times, or
No,
not like that, right?
no, 21 times different Kshatriyas.
Different. Okay.
Yeah, so because he has ruled many kings, like Pandavas, how many times they had to fight, or many different, like Jarasandha, how many times he fought with Krishna?
17 times.
17 times. Imagine. Seven.
Yeah.
He has been told, he has repeatedly, he can see that power of Lord Krishna is not ordinary person, he is supreme personality of God. Still, he's so dull-headed, he can't realize it. And so, same thing.
Mm,
21. You have killed means everybody know that what is the strength of Parsuram. But still, they, so I'm greatest person, then he has to teach again and again like that 21 times we had to. So they all collect in different, that's why Prabhupada says. You're
mm,
actually, you're Western, you're all actually pious because originally you're all Aryan family. So you're all opulent, pious people. Because this is all from coming from Parsuram, 21 generation, 21 times he killed. All of you ran away from Bharat Desh, came and now they all became different kingdoms, different countries altogether. But originally this is all Bharatvarsha. Originally is all India. That's what
mm.
Prabhupada was telling. Yeah.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? If not, we'll stop here. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Andhra Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.